Okay, I'm going to show today an overview of how to use the sources section on a person page in the mobile app to explore the records that have already been attached to someone. So I'm navigating out to my grandmother, Alice Lucille Clark. Her married name was Kelvington. I'm going to tap on her. And here you can see when I first come in, I can just kind of scan the vitals of her life. So when she was born in 21, she died in 1978. If I tap on her spouse, I can see for her marriage to Robert Charles Kelvington, she was married in 1938. And over here on that same, across the top menu there, if I tap sources, I can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sources that are attached to her. A source is when we take a record that we find out in FamilySearch and attach it to someone specifically in the tree. So in this case, there's 4 sources that have been attached to Alice. Um, she was again born in 1921, so we have her showing up in the 1930 census. We have a marriage record of her. We have her in the 1940 census, which is the last census that we have in our collection for the U.S. And then we also have a death record for her. To explore these different records, sometimes you'll see a record attached, the actual image. Sometimes you'll just get an index. So we'll tap on this census record. And the first thing that shows up at the top here is the index of her in that census. So in 1930, she was about 8 years old. You'll see that on that screen. And here it says that she was living in a household where she was the granddaughter. So if I scroll down here, I can see she's highlighted on that um, index. This is an index of the image. And the head of household is John J. Music, who was my great, uh, gr- so he was my great great grandfather. So she's living with her grandfather, John James Music, and his wife, Missouri Music. And then her mom is Martha M. Clark. That's a couple rows above Alice. And then her father was Arthur C. Clark. Um, so mom and dad were living with grandma and grandpa and some of their aunts and uncles. This is a big family living all together there in Georgia. So that's the index. And then if I go up here and tap on this view image at the top there in the green on the right, it's going to bring up um, the image. So we do have the image for this particular record. And if I zoom in, there's John James Music and Arthur Clinton Clark. And 3 rows under Arthur is Alice right there. This is the granddaughter. There's 8 years old right there in the middle. And I can also go up here and look at what was grandpa doing at the time. Again, John's at the top. I'm going to just scroll over here. You'll see there in that third column, 600. His home was worth $600 in 1930. And then all the way over here, it's going to tell me his occupation. He's a farmer on a farm. And this next occupation listed down is for Arthur, who was Alice's father. He's a laborer in lumber. So it's probably in the logging industry there in Georgia. And so that's kind of cool. That's how you can explore the image for the record. I'm going to navigate back by hitting that back arrow on the top left. Go back to the sources. Now, the second record on here is a marriage record, and I just found this today out in one of our collections. It's not actually indexed. So another site pointed me to this marriage record in our film collection. Find My Past had indexed it, but had given me the film number, so I went to the film number and in FamilySearch. But the cool thing here is even though I don't have an index, if I click on that link, I can go to that image. And down at the bottom is a record of their marriage. Again, they were married in 1938, and this is both the license to get married, so it says Robert C. or Bob Kelvington and Alice Clark were given this license to get married on the 25th day of December, so Christmas Day 1938. And then down here it says that they in fact did get, this certifies that they did get married. Robert Kelvington and Alice Clark were joined in matrimony by me on the 25th day of December, 1938, and it was recorded in January of the following year. So that is their license and certificate that they did get married. So that's two types of records out here that you can explore on the mobile app.